Right, let's cross live to Anambra State Capital, Awka, and speak to the Special Advisor on Political Affairs to Governor Soludo, Alex Obiogbolu. Thank you so much for joining us on News Night. Well, despite the Supreme Court ruling that there should be full autonomy for local governments in Nigeria, your state government of the ABGA went ahead to pass a law, insisting that there should be a joint account that's between the local government and the state government. Is it that your party, the ABGA, does not trust the local government chairmen who belong to the same party to administer the local governments in the way they should?
Well, thank you very much. But I wonder where you're getting this information from, because I want to believe you've not read the law you are referring to. If you've read the law clearly, nowhere in the law does it talk about a joint account between the state and the local governments. Section 14 of that law clearly states.
That's section 13 you talks about a joint account between the local government and the state. The section 14(3) says that each local government area must remit a state-determined percentage to the consolidated account within 2 working days of receiving from the federation account.
To read the part you want to read, but you need to read the one before that. That states, one, what are the functions of that local government, and what is the essence of the consolidated account. You have what you call common shared services within the local governments, right? Local governments have to pay salaries and pensions of local government workers. Local governments have to pay salaries and pensions of teachers in primary schools, of which recently 3,615 were recruited and added. Now, what you've chosen to read is the one that says what they have to do. But what I'm telling you is that there is one that says that there will be a local government consolidated account committee that consists of 21 mayors, all the mayors of the local governments. Then the commissioners that oversee education, agric, health, along with the deputy governor. This is akin to what you see at the federal as the National Economic Council. The job of this committee is to prescribe what will be the percentage that we shall contribute to the common purse to take care of these shared services. And I'll again remind you that we are coming from a past where those people in labor, already we know in the past, one of them was part of those who set a state on fire, who brought about destruction of government properties. They want to take us to the past, where you were owing salaries, pensions of pensioners. What we simply did in this law, executive bill, was to say these common shared services of payment of salaries, payment of remunerations to security officers, the AVG, those who protect us at the local government levels, that they should be pulled into a common purse and paid. So that a chairman who has 5 teachers within his local government will not go about retrenching them because he feels he cannot pay their salaries in the light of this minimum wage.
And you need a joint account.
I don't know where you have seen your own. Not a joint account, I correct you again. Well, a consolidated account by the local governments. And who are those who will manage this fund? 2 mayors, 2 of the 21 mayors, and the Accountant General for the local government. Accountant General of the local government, not Accountant General of the state. So it is very important these things are clarified. to viewers and your own viewers. Because Anambra
it doesn't.
and understand
It still,
what is involved.
It still doesn't. You haven't clarified anything. You're also cherry picking what suits you.
What do you need clarification?
You're also.
No. You are the one cherry picking what suits you. Because
you have to
I
wait.
have the law before me here. Look at it.
If you
can
have
put
the
your camera
law,
on it.
Mr. Obiogbolu, if you have the law, you wait and let me land on this. You're cherry picking because some of the key things here has to do with what your state assembly has done. And the question Ngozi asked earlier is, isn't that indicative of a flagrant disregard of what the Supreme Court has said concerning local government autonomy? That is what we expect you to explain and space it on, and not try to make it look as if someone is having a heated argument here. So can you stay on the argument and stay on the issue?
Now I have before me here the Supreme Court judgment you're referring to. There were 3 orders the Supreme Court issued. One, I quote, an order of injunction restraining defendants by themselves, their prizes, agents, officials, or howsoever called from further collecting, receiving, spending, or tampering with local government funds from Federation accounts. Please, how have we flouted this? How does this law flout this? Because you say I'm cherry picking. You are the one who's cherry picking. I am quoting from you from the law and the judgment. Now, the second order given said, forthwith commence the direct payment to each local government council of the amount standing to the credit of each of them in the Federation account. Now, the Anambra state government is not in any way going contrary to this.
And you've chosen to get people to superintend over that. If the assembly has sat to have some officers to superintend over that, why do you think you should do that?
Okay, may I ask you?
No, I do the asking.
Has the assembly,
very unfortunate. I do the asking.
No, I can also ask you because you are picking
clearly,
what you want to hear.
Clearly.
I'm asking you, you said,
you don't
can
ask.
I finish, please?
You don't ask, you
said
explain.
To me that the House of Assembly is superintending. So House of Assembly is not superintending. The 21 mayors are the ones superintending that common purse.
Thank you very much. You just repeated it, the mayors. Why do you think you need that in a state where there's a clear, provisions for the grassroots governance to take charge of its revenue? Why do you need mayors?
Mayors are now the new designated titles of chairman of local government. May I remind you, by Section 7 of the Federal Constitution of 1999 as amended, the state assemblies will ensure the laws that will regulate the administration, the finance structure. And by that structure, the House of Assembly created a new name designation for them. They are now called mayors. Maybe you were not aware of that. I hope you now understand what I mean when I talked about mayors.
Right. So how does the change in name, like Shakespeare said, a rose by any other name will still smell like a rose? Yeah. I mean, how does the change in nomenclature, address the issue of governance at the grassroots level?
Well, that is one of the ways we wanted to do it. And in terms of addressing governance at local government levels, we have done an election. That election is to be able to allow the people elect their leaders and run governance at the local government level.
Well, I'm afraid, this is something that truly is still very foggy, and you've not been able to explain why you have mayors and why you've changed the names.
Tell me what is confusing you, because
I think we'll like to
I
thank
think we
you.
still have 1 minute to go, Sulai. We still have a minute. Let him explain how the change in name for the local government chairman to mayors, how does it, what's it got to do with the price of eggs, like some would say? How does it affect or deliver on good governance at the grassroots level?
No, let's not. I thought I would first clarify. He says he still feels foggy about my explanation.
That's
on
fine.
The fact
go
that
ahead.
We're not circumventing the Supreme Court judgment.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
So let him tell me what is foggy about it.
Yeah.
The law stipulates that they shall be common shared services, And that common shared services, the 21 mayors will meet and agree on the management of that fund. The committee that will manage that fund consists of the Accountant General of the local government and 2 mayors agreed by their colleagues to be the ones to administer that fund. Now, those who will decide on how that fund will be contributed, the amount, are the 21 mayors of the 21 local government councils. The fact that we have changed the destination is our choice.
Well, at the end of the day, since the state government is not willing, it looks like the state government is not willing to take its hands away from local government funds, unwilling to allow for that total financial autonomy for the local governments.
Governor, have you heard?
We'll have to leave it there.
The signatories are state officials. The signatories are local government officials.
We'll have to leave it there.
Local government officials.
Okay. Alex Obiogbolu is a special advisor on political affairs to Governor of Anambra State, Chukwuma Soludo. Thank you very much for joining us on Newsnight.